Welcome to the DKHiz, as you know what we talking about. Welcome to the DKHiz, that's what we gonna run our mouth. Hey y'all, just a little disclaimer. Everything is for entertainment purposes only. Everything is alleged. I don't know none of these people. I'm just giving my thoughts, my opinions, predictions on what I think I see and know and hear. And I want you to do the same down in the comment section. So don't take everything too seriously, but only with a grain of salt, because we be shoving it up in this kitchen. And welcome, glad to have you. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you've been here a couple of times, we'd love to have you in the fam bam. It's crazy because you just never know what people be going through. Literally, especially when they go off into this other world and you don't know what's going on, and they develop their own little society, their own little sisterhood, brotherhood. I don't think there's nothing wrong with it, because I don't think the American way or just anybody's way is just particularly right if you do it in the right manner and you are not forced into it. If you have free will, freedom to choose, I feel like it's okay. But in this situation, Nature Boy had a carbonation going on, and he was like the leader of carbonation. And a lot of people wondered, what was going on over there? Were they okay? Yada, yada, yada. And since then, Nature Boy has been put in jail. And the other day, I just thought about him just because I wanted to know that him going to jail was for a good reason and not because people just felt threatened by him. Because I was one of those people who wanted him put away from what I saw happening. Like it didn't sit right with me. Towards the end, I just had a bad feeling in my stomach, in my spirit, and I just wanted help for them people, because I am a firm believer that people will pose like everything's good sometimes for social media, for different things, but behind closed doors it could be a big mess. And Nature Hair Boy had pull, he had power to where if he told people to jump, they would do it. It was stories of him telling people to stand in corners, and they was doing it because, if you don't know, Solar and Velvet came on the channel of somebody's show, and I watched them briefly, and they was talking about how they were no longer there and how they started a life on their own. And it was very interesting to see, because I really didn't follow every single person in Carbonation when they were in Carbonation, and even afterwards I wouldn't even be able to tell you who was in it, because I didn't follow it like that. But I did know of them. I had been knowing of Carbonation for years and years. And at one time I thought it was a beautiful, beautiful idea to live off earth, live off nature. And Velvet, she has her own channel. I think it's she said feminine Creole or femininity Creole, which I gotta check out. But she said that's one reason she went into carbonation, thinking like, okay, she wants to live off the earth, be free, kind of like how we were when we first got here, allegedly. As you see him wearing this Indian headdress, a lot of the original people who were Indian or born here, a lot of them did not have to get up and work 9 to 5. They lived off the earth. They helped build civilizations together. One person could cook, one person could build, one person could do hair. Like they just had a civilization and worked off of each other. So that's what I was hoping that was. And they were building. But I also thought, well, he's an intelligent man. He's woke. He can teach them. They can learn. So a lot of people went over there for this enlightenment sort of thing. And then I had stopped watching them. But I was like, okay, that's interesting. Then I also just like, it was just the fact that they was just really still like they was winging it. Like, no AC. They were, living off the ground without the comforts of everyday stuff, but they was living it. They was making it. But Soulja Boy always seemed to be the dominant figure, the person that everybody listened to. And I feel like if you had other men there, that it should be like equal roles. But it seemed like as Velvet was talking and so forth, like he would take these basically these men's women and make them his wives, and he just had the men there for like his servantry and stuff like that, which is kind of crazy, because if they're men, they're gonna have needs just like women are gonna have needs. And I really didn't know what was going on over there, but I knew when I saw the women fighting each other that it was getting real serious. And I also know the show that I saw of him where he had the transgender woman there, that they probably needed some help because he was going into this rant. He was spilling out profanity. He was telling them that they were going to do sexual acts to him against their will, or just whether they wanted to or not, they were going to do it. And the way he was talking was very much like, I'm the one in control. I'm the one in power. You're going to listen to what I say. You're going to do what I say. And it was giving me very much that the transgender woman that was there, who just got there and he invited there, didn't seem to be the one who was going to put up with that. And she was the one taking the main role at that time. But it appeared that the other people were like subjected to him like children, like they were willing to do whatever he said. They were going to be at his beck and call, and whatever he wanted, they were going to do. And that's what really scared me, because they were adults. But the thing that really broke my heart, like I said, was when I saw him forcing the women to fight each other. It was like, if they're supposed to be your wives, why would they be fighting each other? And I knew it had to be a deeper meaning behind that. They had to fight each other because either they were being disobedient or not, listening. And he couldn't beat them because he was a man and he wanted them to beat each other. That was my impression. That was just alleged, but that was my indication of what could have been going on when I saw that. And it really broke my heart, because you could tell that the women didn't want to do it, but to please him, they were doing it. And also doing it because he told them to, and they didn't want to get in trouble. And truth be told, I want to say Velvet was one of those women. I'm not sure, but I just remember it was this one woman there who kind of reminded me of Velvet, because she said at one time she did cut her hair, and at one of the times when she was being abused and stuff like that, and her face was disheveled, that he did keep her hidden. So the fact that they weren't just beat on each other, Velvet has said that there was alleged abuse as well, meaning physically and also sexually and stuff like that, where the women were forced to, do what he said, and he would take their belongings and means of identity to where they couldn't go anywhere, they couldn't leave. So him being locked away, I feel like it was justified. It may not be understood, but I do feel like it was justified, because I felt like it was bad over there, or he was getting bad. But to have some of the members talk about it after Nature Boy went in, it made me feel more comfortable. Because, sometimes you assume something's going on, but you don't have any proof. You can't put your finger on it. But I always kept praying for these people and wanting them to get help. And it wasn't only because they were in a different country or they didn't know anybody. It was more because I feel like they were helpless and they were scared of him, and they were submissive types, meaning they were non-confrontational. And Soldier Boy was the opposite. Nature Boy, he appeared to be very confrontational, very much in your face, and he was the one giving out punishments if you were not listening to what he was saying. But the story that Velvet told was really heartbreaking as well, because she actually came over there dating somebody, and Soldier Boy, the guy was already over there with Soldier Boy, and Nature Boy, and Nature Boy pursued her despite her having a man over there. But that's how much respect he had for the men over there, that he, despite him having other wives, like he wanted Velvet. And she's a very beautiful woman. But keep in mind, like, if you want a beautiful woman, recruit somebody to come over there that's for you, not somebody already came over there with a man and you want to take his man. And so Velvet tells the story of how, he was putting him and her against each other. And eventually the man was her boyfriend at the time decided to leave and asked her if she wanted to come. But since she had just got there and wasn't really used to what was going on, she decided to stay. And she ended up becoming Nature Boy's wife. And they had a beautiful little baby together or whatever. And the baby did appear on the show or whatever. But I think it was, I did write the name of that show down. I need to go. Hold on, let me go look. Because I said I have to do better, because I'm giving people their credits. Even though I don't watch a lot of these productions all the way through, I do watch them enough to give them a shout out. So this was on Real Life Productions, was the name of the YouTube channel. And yeah, they had Velvet on there, and then they also did an interview with Solar. And they was very interesting description of carbonation. And I won't forget, it was one part in there that had me cracking up. But anyway, I think it was at 1 hour and 18 minutes into the video with Velvet. I wrote that time down. And you know what? I think I even wrote it, but it was like he was asking her about STDs and stuff that was supposed to be going on rampant over there. And she had got real quiet, and it was funny because I think they were, not using protection and stuff like that, because he was supposed to be wives and stuff like that. And how it was indication that, there could have been some man on man action going on over there, man on women action going over there. But a lot of the men were celibate, and Nature Boy was the one who was with the women. And it was funny because when he asked the question, Velvet had got real quiet. And I don't blame her, but it was like she handled it real cool. She was basically saying that she didn't have anything when she was over there because she had got tested when she had left. But that was funny, bro, because the dude was like, yeah, I heard there's a lot of STDs going on over there. Like, how is it? And y'all weren't able to really take medication because they were saying how they really went into a bunch of outside forces. They would try to handle things the natural way. So that's good to know that, everybody didn't have all that going on over there. So yeah, I'm glad to know that the people or members who were in carbonation are safe, sound, healthy. And I wonder what learning experiences they learned from that, because I feel like they were young, in their 20s or maybe younger. And a lot of times in that age, you make a lot of mistakes and things you wish you could do over. I wonder what they learned from that, how they've grown from that. So definitely want to go check out all of their channels and hear from them, because I feel like that was something that I wouldn't even wish on my worst enemy to have to go through. And the fact that they was able to go through that, move around, follow this leader, be, looked at all the time, and have to act like everything was cool. Like, I commend them. And hopefully Nature Boy has learned his lesson, dealt with his demons, because at that time it was just seemed like he wasn't even himself. All that power had got to him. He was just talking to them crazy and really feeling the power that he had over them, and he was subjecting it upon them, allegedly, and it was just painful to see. And I wonder how he feels about it. Does he have any regret? Has he changed? Or is he the same person who wants to dominate everybody he come in contact with? Or has he grown from this experience? Because I think they took him away maybe a year or two ago. But I know sometimes when you are by yourself, you're able to reflect on some things, think on things differently. So I just wonder if he's made any changes, if he would do anything differently. Because Velvet even mentioned that he's not going to be able to see his daughter, which is very sad. Because she does kind of look like him when I saw her. And every child wants to see their father. And I know that's between her mother and Nature Boy. But I just want to, if he has any remorse, has he changed? Because I know some people who go to prison, they change their lives. They're able to read, they're able to reflect. Sometimes, like I said, solitude changes people. So I wonder if him being locked up changed him for the worse or changed him for the better. And when he does get out, is he going to be a different man or the same man? Well, as always, thank you for stopping by at the His House for your alleged tea, entertainment, and gossip and predictions. And we will definitely have more. So definitely come back and see us. And if you want to be notified, hit that bell and also subscribe, especially if you've been here before. Come back again and again, but subscribe and join the fam band. We'd love to have you. And if you liked anything that was said on today, or even made you laugh, joke, think, ponder, make sure you hit that thumbs up or that like button, especially if you agree or disagree, and comment down below.